You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, I got a question for everyone. Have you ever went to a sporting event and demanded that the team actually bow down to your political needs, to bow down to your will? Have you ever wanted the team to recognize your skin color? I didn't think so. Me neither. I never went to an NBA game, football game, baseball game, and demanded that, like the Astros or the Rockets in my case, actually recognize my blackness. Never crossed my mind. I never demanded that they actually recognize my heterosexuality. Never crossed my mind. Honestly, I really don't care. When I go to a sporting event, I want the teams to actually perform and win. That is the only thing I care about. All this other virtue signaling out there, recognizing, in this case, pride. I don't care about anybody's sexuality. It does not affect my life. If I go to an Astros game, I don't want to see that stuff. I'm willing to bet the vast majority of people don't care. They just want their teams to win. But it seems like, man, all of this pandering is really gotten out of hand. Now, the NHL has now become the unwoke NHL. They've definitely seemed to have reversed course on trying to be woke. Pride jerseys, gone. Can't wear them anymore in the pregame. You got to wear the regular warm-up jersey. And when the game starts, you're going to wear your regular jersey. Then we found out that pride tape, like you would actually see on hockey sticks, patches, that kind of thing, gone. It is gone from the NHL. There will be none of that this season in the NHL. And I actually gave props to the NHL for actually doing that. We knew that a bunch of players really didn't want to be involved in any of this. And the teams were actually putting them in a very, very bad situation to virtue signal for causes that, frankly, they just didn't believe in. I'm willing to bet that 98% of those players in the NHL are straight. Now, I'm willing to bet they truly don't want to wear any type of pride gear or patches. When they actually did it, I'm willing to bet they did it just because they didn't want to be called homophobic or something like that. But Ivan Provorov changed the game. He took a stand, and then player after player after player came out and said, we don't want to do this. So the NHL just said, fine, we're not going to do any of this stuff anymore. On your own time, when you're not on the ice, you can go out there and do whatever you want to do. I believe that was fair. But now, guys, we actually got a woke NHL player that wants to go out there and do his own thing on the ice. He doesn't want to follow the rules. Check this out. NHL player plans to wear pride tape despite league's banning. So now we got one woke player here that says, no, I want to have the hockey puck or hockey stick and have the rainbow on it. Now, this particular player, is he just going to do this like in the pregame? I'm pretty sure. I'm definitely sure he will not be allowed to actually have a different hockey stick on the ice from everyone else. And maybe, just maybe, he won't be allowed to play. So we'll actually have to see what happens. But it says here, earlier this week, the makers of Pride Tape made it clear that they were not happy with the NHL's decision to ban players from using the rainbow-colored tape in support of the LGBTQ community this season. And Pride Tape, they're looking at it as probably we're going to lose some money or something like that. That's probably what they're actually thinking right here. But this is what they said, quote, the league has used language in recent days that would prohibit the tape from any proximity to NHL hockey. We hope the league and teams will again show commitment to this important symbol of combating homophobia, Pride Tape said in a statement on Tuesday. Wow. I didn't know that if I was a hockey fan, I need to go to the game and combat homophobia, even if I'm not homophobic. So you mean to tell me that now that the Pride tape can't be on any hockey sticks, that makes everybody homophobic now? Really? Okay. But look here. The statement came after the NHL announced players were no longer allowed to wear specialty products in warm-ups. Despite the league's new directive, Philadelphia Flyers center Scott Laughton said he'll be using the stick tape anyway. This man is just going to go out there and not follow the rules here. This is what he said. He said, quote, "You'll probably see me with the Pride tape on that night anyway. If they, the NHL, want to say something, they can." Well, maybe the NHL is just going to say, hey, you're not playing tonight. That's exactly what the NHL should actually say. They should tell him, you will not play tonight and you will not get paid because you don't want to follow the dress code. Now, I worked the regular job. They gave us rules on what we could actually wear. And like, for example, we can wear shorts. Okay. If I showed up to work in shorts, I'm pretty sure they would send me home and I wouldn't get paid. But this woke NHL player doesn't want to abide by the rules. He wants to make up his own rules. So I call on the NHL to make it known that we're not playing around. We're not doing this. You will show up to work and you will abide by the dress code. You're going to do it. Remember David Stern when he actually ran the NBA, when the NBA was still good? Players on the sidelines, they weren't playing. They were just showing up dressing like thugs. And David Stern said, no, you're actually going to be on the sideline. You're actually going to wear a suit and look professional. And that's what they did. David Stern was a real commissioner. Now, Gary Bettman we're going to have to see what he actually does about this, because you got one player that's saying he's going to defy the rules. But also look here on ESPN. NHL's Pride tape ban is serious setback, Brian Burt says. He is a former NHL executive right here. And he has criticized the NHL for banning this stuff. The vast majority of people don't want to see this stuff on the ice. They don't watch the game for this stuff. It doesn't mean that people are homophobic if they don't want to see it. They just want to be entertained, nothing more. But this is what he said. He said, quote, "This is not inclusion or progress. Fans look to teams in the league to show they are welcome, and this directive closes a door that's been open for the last decade. Make no mistake, this is a surprising and serious setback." Really? Do fans actually look to teams to actually show that they're welcome? I'm pretty sure for the longest time that gay people were actually watching the NHL. Nobody was stopping them from actually watching. Why do they need special rights and privileges when other people don't get them? You see, that's why I'm not a fan of Black History Month, because if you're actually going to do Black history, then you're going to have to do Italian history. You're going to have to do Mexican history. You're going to have to do Canadian history. You have to do it for everybody, in my opinion. But they don't do that. They pander. And all this is pandering. And it's completely gotten out of hand. So I'm curious to see what's actually going to happen with Scott Laughton here when the season actually starts. And whenever they have whatever Pride Night or whatever it is, maybe the teams now may just end up getting rid of Pride Night completely now that they actually can't use the players for this whole entire virtue signal. But we'll have to see. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.